that, and then audio.
This is a recipe for disaster, right?
Hello!
Hello!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to
Hi.
episode
Good evening.
3 of Stars I Shall Find, a Star Trek Adventures campaign featuring me, Avery, Vico, who are the mainstays of Black Cat & Co., and our lovely guests, Kai, Lexi, Rue, and Moonlight. We are so excited to have you all here, and excited to have some fun space times with space snakes. So,
Spaceship!
Schnip.
Next
Spaceship.
Last time on Stars I Shall Find, this episode is Of Ghosts Long Past, Part 3. So last time. The ship, the Guinevere, approached the Lethea system and gave it a cursory scan, having no sign of the SS Magpie that sent the distress signal that called them here. They did, however, find lots of triolic energy, triolic radiation, and a lot of temporal distortions, some chronotons, that sort of nonsense. You can tell I'm playing loosey-goosey because I did not write a recap because I was very distracted earlier today. For reasons. Anyway, you also detected a positive phase variance of 0.004, which rendered whatever is out there invisible to most of your sensors. But you managed, with some aid from two rival scientists, managed to set up a system of a ring of phase adapters that let you see what was out there. And you saw what was out there, and it was a space snake ship. Or a snake ship. Long, it was like this effervescent blue color. And it seemed to have taken notice of you after you tried to hail it. And it ate the probe you sent into the ring. It ate the probe, and what else it did? It charged at the ship, and y'all booked it. Moments before.
That's the technical term.
Yeah, booked it. Mm-hmm. Y'all y'all had to lower your shields to get the shuttle bays, the shuttles that you had deployed to bring them back. And in that one moment of shields being down, there was a flash of radiation, and everyone took one stress.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you have that marked. And we picked up right from last time with a call from Medbay coming in to the doctor, saying, Dr. Mabrin?
Go ahead.
We have a couple of patients in here with radiation sickness. And one of them's unconscious. I think you should come down here.
On my way. Mabrin
Alright.
out.
Alright. And cut to the doors opening. Oh gosh, I want to see if I can make the door sound. There we go. Alright. Cut to the doors opening and Mabrin entering sickbay. It's a little hectic in here. There's actually several patients in here. So far, you see four of the med beds occupied with nurses around them. All three of them are sitting up and conscious. One of them a trill. Let me pull up.
Ooh.
Is not. I can describe what these four people look like, if you would like me to.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Gives me time.
Yeah. So we have the unconscious one is a trill male ensign. decked out in engineering yellow. And then 2 betazoids. One she, her, the other one they, them. Sorry, I got really distracted because all right. And then a Zakdorn named Hem Gelrab. Yeah, there's a Zakdorn in the crew. Who uses they fair pronouns. So yes, so there's an unconscious Trill there, and the nurse, one of the nurses spots you as you come in. Let me find a nurse.
From the handy dandy list.
From the handy dandy list. Sorara, he, him, Cation, ensign, comes up to you. Doctor, the officers are here. They said they are feeling sick, nauseous.
Yes, all right. Have we analysed whether or not epinephrine would be helpful for them?
We were waiting on your call, Captain.
Okay.
No, Doctor. Oh, sorry, had a little bit too much to say. Oh.
What did you call me?
Doctor.
All right. Yeah, so I could do a quick diagnosis. I've got the triage skill.
Okay.
So I can spend a momentum to diagnose and see whether or not what treatment they need for that.
Oh, okay. You just straight away don't even need to roll.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to double check that. Oh, and you have company.
I do. Yeah, my dog's here.
Yay.
And she's gone.
Very important company.
Oh, indeed. When you attempt a task to identify specific injuries or illnesses, or to determine the severity of a patient's condition, you may spend 1 momentum to diagnose 1 additional patient. So I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are going to need a roll. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So because of the modular laboratories, you fit them to treat for the specific thing. The difficulty is not going to be high. It's going to be a difficulty 1 roll.
Mm-hmm.
Reason medicine check for you, assisted by the Gwen's sensor medicine.
Is it 2 dice for this?
Yes, 2 dice unless you want to buy more, but it's difficulty 1. So.
Yeah, reason medicine.
And sensors medicine for the Gwen.
Mm-hmm. Don't give me that.
So I needed a 15. I have rolled a 15 and a 9.
All right, that's 2 successes. What is the Gwen?
Gwen needed a 12, rolled an 8.
Okay.
So,
all right, so 3 successes.
Here.
So you have 1 floating momentum to use. Okay. If you want to use that to diagnose an additional patient, you can.
Yes, please.
Okay, which one would you?
I'd like to diagnose the unconscious Trill first.
Okay.
And if it's possible to check to see if if any of the other 3 are looking a little bit more wobbly than the rest.
Okay.
Then I'll try and analyze the 2 of them.
All right. So let me. So you're going to use that. Yeah.
Actually, this is oh, what is that word that I've written down? Repeatable. So I think it's just a one.
So you can use that as many times as you like.
Need to use another 2 momentum. No, sorry, ignore me. Yeah.
Okay.
So just Trill and one of the ones that's looking a bit more wobbly.
All right. So the Trill. Let me pull up their stats. Telum Ladig, unbonded Trill.
Maybe.
You pull up his yes. Trying to remember the pronouns. So many pronouns in my brain. All right. His chart. You scan him, and there's like a little readout up above his head. He has 2 things. He has suffered acute exposure to triolic radiation.
Yeah.
And his neural energy, like the energy that makes up your neurons, has been drained.
All right. Okay. Shit. Okay. So we're gonna need epinephrine quickly to try and get rid of the radiation effects at least. And I'm going to need to bring in the neurologist perhaps, because this is perhaps a little bit beyond me. So that would be Dr. Anim Dobak. So I call man him Dobak wherever he is.
Okay. And then Dobak, Cardassian. Oh, okay. Yes, okay.
Yeah, he's the boy that we tried to get on the ship.
Yes, okay. So a Cardassian walks on board, walks into the sickbay and walks up to you. Says, "Yes, doctor."
Yeah, we've got a patient here that looks like his neural energy has seemed to be drained by the acute irradiation. Anything we can do in this?
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard of radiation depleting neural energy like this.
Okay, good to know.
Let me take a look, and he's gonna make a roll.
Have we given him the hyperspray of epinephrine yet?
You can. I could say you can spend him. I think as part of your role, I'd say you got 3 successes, so you just instantly and you can instantly take care of that. So he's okay.
Yeah. All right.
We want to give our neuroscientist a momentum for an extra die.
Oh, I didn't say how difficult it is. It's gonna be difficulty 2, and you can assist, Doctor.
Okay.
So
2 dice. 3 dice.
So
One.
one dice for assisting.
Okay.
Is the ship also assisting?
Yes. Actually,
That's a D12.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say the ship is not assisting on this one.
Okay. So
So-
reason medicine.
Relying more on medical expertise than it is
Yeah,
on the ship's.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
reason medical, yeah.
Yeah, reason medicine.
Oh, easy. Nat 1.
No. Oh, so 2 successes. So you cleared it. He got 1 success. He also rolled a complication. So if you want to spend some momentum to get rid of that complication, or I can take it as threat, or I can do something bad.
Let's spend
No.
how many momentum?
And it takes 2 to cancel out a complication.
So that was difficulty 2 roll, and you got 3 successes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we're
Also
full.
rolled patient.
So
So it should be at 5, right? If that makes right, or it should be maxed out.
No, because
maxed out.
Okay.
we maxed out on Rue's last roll and had a floating momentum, which we used to diagnose a second patient. So
Yeah.
we're max momentum. If we spend 1, could we also take the floating momentum from the current roll?
Yes, you can.
Then let's do that. So we're down to 5 momentum.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you clear out.
Give Avery more.
2 snake ships.
2 snake ships.
Where's each?
Okay.
Like I said, only if I could keep one.
Only you can keep one. Yeah.
We can adopt all the things that tried to kill us.
So you he like rubs his chin a little bit, his scaly bony chin, and looks at you and was he present with your meeting earlier about like when you were going over like other things about trialic radiation? Was he there?
I'd like to think he would have been because we knew that radiation would be
Right.
neurological. It would affect it would affect multiple systems, rheumatology.
Yeah, I would assume you'd have all of your heads with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they look at you and they say, "This sounds familiar. What was the
The triolic radiation.
Yes, but something else with the Davidians."
I've got my notes. Hang on. And at this moment, Mabrin pulls out a little notebook of meetings that she has, just flips.
Delightful.
Yeah. So.
The last time the Federation encountered them, they were doing
Time travel.
They were
Chronoton particle.
feeding
Is
on
he
humans.
They were feeding on humans.
They were using
Like- Energy or like physically?
their energy, I think.
Shit.
And you remember this from your research.
Mm-hmm.
They fed on human neural energy, And it seems maybe these Davidians are doing it on other species as well.
Okay, good to know. Is there any... Would I be able to remember if there was a history? Like, did we find a way to treat this? Was there a way to treat this? Is there a way to treat this?
The last time the Federation encountered people, by the time they realized that
But
the
this
energy
happened
was...
like a minute ago, so...
Yes, this happened a little bit ago, so...
Yeah, okay.
12 years ago.
12,000 years ago.
Enterprise D.
12,000 years ago, yeah.
Listen, according to my notes from 2 sessions ago.
Okay.
Oh, when was that? Hang on. I can actually give you probably the exact start date it took place in.
Ooh.
Encountered the Enterprise D approximately 12 years ago.
Yeah.
2369.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes, I can math. That was 12 years ago.
All right.
I can only math up to 6 with our momentum. Any more than that is too much for me.
That's very fair.
I have an art degree, okay? Like,
Oh.
And I have a language degree. It didn't involve math.
And I have a music degree. Well, not yet, but soon.
Good news.
Which
Dave's
does
got a
involve a lot of
calculator,
math.
so-
good news, we have Dave Evan.
Yes.
Yeah.
What legitimately one of my focuses is math.
Math.
So we're
Nice.
good. I got this. Which is very fun. Like I'm really stretching my acting chops here.
So
Playing
yeah.
a Wisconsinite who loves math.
Okay.
Really a struggle.
So, Mabrin, what do you do next? What are you doing?
Is there any way... I'm not medically trained. Ruth doesn't know what this is. Is there any way of potentially feeding back the energy of just sparking him back up a bit? I fear that if we try to do any research on this, it may take valuable time away from this patient.
Do you say this to them? Or are you asking the god GM?
Is this Ruth
I'm
speaking
kind
or
of
Mabrin
asking, yeah.
speaking?
Yeah, this is the player going, yeah, no, so I'm sort of asking the other players as well for advice on this, because we could either try and treat him completely blind or take a little bit of time to research.
Well, if you want to get in touch with the other characters, I'm trying to encourage more roleplay here. So
Right.
no, you're totally fine. No. I want to see these characters interact.
Yes, of course. Okay, I'm gonna call him Titular, actually.
Hey!
Ooh.
Mabrin's a Titular.
Go ahead, Commander.
Hi. Yeah. Hi. Could you please research? Shut up. Can you please research the Davidian case from 13 years ago? Because there was the incident with some patients who had their energy drained from them. Is there any way that you can think of in scientific history that this had been looked into before? That was a string of words. I hope you got them.
I got the gist of it, Commander. Lieutenant Commander. I'm trying to
Could you
re-find my
please-
Titular voice because it's been 2 weeks. I will look into it. My first thought is, can we put the energy back in?
That's what I thought.
Take the energy,
I'm just-
push it back in.
Exactly. I'm just looking at Anim Dobak at this point, going,
Can, like, recharging a battery, can we...
Well, he scratches his chin again. You can tell it's kind of his nervous tick.
Yep.
Technically, the human body or the humanoid body could recharge itself given time. We just don't know how they siphon off the energy, whether it's like the way a mosquito, an earth mosquito, would inject some sort of anticoagulant to keep it flowing out. Perhaps there's something keeping the energy from replenishing.
This is going to sound very strange, but could we perhaps put him in a stasis chamber to keep him away from any excess energy? If it is a continuous drain, if we put him in like a force field situation.
That is possible.
I'm sort of saying this over the comm to both Anim and Situla. Would that be a thing? Could that be a thing? Could I, Mabrin, do like a science?
Yeah.
If we freeze his neural activity, then there wouldn't be any energy to drain.
But wouldn't that kill him?
Well, if he's...
In theory.
No. I'd rather not run that risk. I would like to.
Why don't we make a roll?
Let me.
How many of us are just sitting on the bridge overhearing Situla have this conversation?
All of you.
Okay.
Sitting there like,
this really is the medical misadventures of Mabrin Carice now. It really is.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do a roll. I'm going to make it a difficulty. Okay, given.
oh god.
I was going to make it a difficulty 4, but because of your advantage, I'll say difficulty 3. Bump it down to difficulty 3. I am going to spend 2 threat to increase the complication range by 2. So if you roll an 18, 19, or 20, that's a complication for me.
Oh shit, okay.
I don't want to roll for the ship. I don't trust my dice.
So that's going to be, for you, Mabrin, it's going to be a science reason check. No, medicine reason check for you, because you're looking at it from a medical perspective.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Is it 3 dice? 4 dice?
2 dice first, unless you want to buy.
We're gonna buy one, and you're gonna roll 3 dice.
And you're gonna like it.
Good.
All right.
So we're down to 4 momentum.
All right. So Anim is going to help you, and so will Situla. Situla, you're going to help with reason science. Sorry.
How many dice do I get?
1.
Okay.
1.
So I've got 3. You've got 1. Anim's got 1.
Yep.
Okay.
All the averages should work for us in this case.
Ooh, nice. 3 successes.
That Vico face does not.
I don't like that
good.
Vico face.
No, neither do I. I got 15, 10, and a 7. Vico got 7.
Avery likes that Vico face though.
I love it. Is it an 18, 19, or 20?
It's a 20.
Yay!
You didn't even need to increase the complication range.
I did not. Thank you all. All right. So how many successes then?
Did we buy dice?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Can I use my talent cautious?
That's only if you're leading.
That's only if you're leading the roll. I believe that's it's only if you're leading the roll.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Question. Would
Yes?
this be considered as us having improper gear?
I'd say no, because you're like in your ship. You have access to everything you could possibly ask for right now.
Did you get how many successes did you get?
3.
Okay.
You got 1 from Anim.
I can also, if I'm assisting a roll, you can re-roll a die, but you already got successes.
Alright.
Well, I fucked up.
So it's 4 successes total because Dobak got 1. So you gain 1 momentum.
Excuse me.
So you gain 1 momentum.
So we're back up to 5 momentum.
Woohoo.
Oh, that's right. All right. And I am going to implement that complication by having Mr. Mr. Ledig start going into
Shit.
he starts having a stroke. Actually, he starts seizing up. Yeah.
I've
So
got emergency and medicine as a focus. And I've got a neurologist right next to me. We should be fine.
Yeah. All right. So
Also, we would have the results of the poison medicine roll that you just made.
yes. So I am going to give you first the success, and then that is going to happen. I should have waited a second before I revealed that, but it's fine. Okay. So your idea is to put him in stasis to basically prevent any neural energy from being drained out. Okay. That will work. That will at least stop his neural energy from draining anymore. One thing you determine is that his neural energy isn't currently actively being drained. It seems like the Davidians have to actively drain it, and then...
Okay.
But for some reason, it just doesn't replenish.
Right.
Question
Yes.
from the science officer.
Hang on. Remember, questions cost things.
Yeah, this is something that I wanted to spitball to Mabrin.
Okay.
So it's not a question to the DM, it's a question
All right.
to Mabrin. If I can figure out how they are draining the neural energy, we can reverse it. We don't have a store of neural energy, but we do have a crew of over 1,000. Taking a little bit of neural energy from everyone to replenish those who are drained. Sharing the load.
Just stop for a second.
Yes.
I sort of look at Anim, knowing that I'm probably going to be right. I don't think it works like that.
He like is silent for a moment.
Fuck, I love this.
Well, with the right neural processors, and if we have some of the engineering team come in and adjust some neural stimulants, it's possible.
Okay.
The wonders of modern medicine.
Bonkers. Yeah, Citronella, that is a great theory. Apparently that could work. But it is not currently actively draining right now. It has been drained, but it is not replenishing. So I don't know how we're going to track it other than potentially putting him further at risk, and I'd rather not do that.
Understandable.
Unless there's anything in the old medical files from the case 13 years ago. This is an ongoing situation.
So I'll give you this because this is part of Situla's part of the role. The research, the medical logs that Dr. Beverly Crusher talked about was these were 18th century or 19th century cholera epidemic victims. They were the Davidians were masking were like using the cholera epidemic as a cover to drain the energy out of 19th century people. So these were people who were already sick and dying, and they just came in and drained their energy and killed them. So, and they never really determined how the Davidians did this. They never determined why they did. They did it to feed. That's what they learned. They needed to sustain themselves, but that's as far as they got. That's as far as information that they got. But they never really determined how, and they never determined how to reverse it.
Right. Okay, so the stasis could pause it, but there's nothing to pause anymore. We just need to try and give him some rest. Maybe. You
say this, and then he starts going into, he starts violently shaking.
Right, okay. Let me try and treat him.
All right, so you have emergency medicine?
Yeah.
As a focus? Okay. So that means if you roll your discipline medicine score lower, that's also a critical success. So it's basically, it gives you a higher chance of getting a success. So this is going to be a... Ooh. How are you doing this?
Well, which would be interesting.
You also have what?
I have xenobiology as well because he's a trill.
Okay. You only need one focus to apply for any of them to apply. So.
Yeah. I think, to be honest, I might let Anim lead this. I might
Okay.
let Dr. Joe lead this because he is the trained brain surgeon.
Okay.
I am just the person that is cobbling this crew together.
You're just, you make me do the work. Okay. All right.
No, well, I mean,
Make me how to figure out
I mean,
how to
it's
save a
logical
person's
choice
life.
if you're standing with a neuroscientist.
It's true.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Okay, so it's going to be this is going to be a difficulty 5 check.
Oh, yes.
I'm not going to spend any threat because I'm already making it hard enough. Difficulty 5. I'm debating between making it control medicine or daring medicine.
Ooh.
I think control medicine might fit better for Dobrim.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah,
Sorry. Blah, 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 blah.
Does
Go back.
he
There we go.
have a focus that applies?
I have not made the character sheet yet.
Well, he's definitely going to have a focus.
Everyone
He's definitely
has
going
a
to
focus that applies?
he definitely does. Probably like neuroscience because this is neurology is his
Yeah.
big focus. So
That's his thing.
that will
Does
apply.
he also have a determination he could spend?
Ooh.
What are his values?
When's your
I don't think he's a major enough NPC to have determination.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Very fair.
So no, but if you would like for me to buy a die, I can.
We will buy a die. Yes.
Okay. If you want to
We're gonna move
spend
down to
4, if you want to spend 2 more, I can get a 4th die.
Up to the captain.
I'm assuming I'm assisting with this.
Yes, you are. Control medicine as well.
Okay.
Ship will be assisting as well, just with the equipment. So, and that will be, what would that be? That'd be structures medicine.
Oh.
I'd say. I mean, the stats are all the same. You got 10s across the board.
Really
so,
matter.
yeah. So structure medicine. Did you say yes for that 4th die or no?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. I just rolled, and I don't think I should have, but yeah.
Okay. Well,
Four.
as long as I get as long as Dobak gets a single success, your assist will apply. So.
Okay.
So you said yes to the 4th
Can roll
die?
for the ship.
I can roll. Do you want to roll for the ship? Yeah, we're down to 2 momentum.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll roll.
Okay. Got that good roll sound. Okay. Ooh.
Oh,
All
no.
right.
Captain looks
no.
happy.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, Avery.
What'd you do?
That was me thinking. So he did roll a natural 20. Which I'm
We're
gonna.
gonna lose a
When the
That's
GM
nice,
thinks
yeah.
we're all in trouble.
All right. So he did get 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. And how many
Okay.
from you, Mabrin?
I got a success as well.
Did you roll under your
6
medicine
total.
score?
Oh, I did the control medicine?
Yes. Did you roll under your medicine score?
Yes.
So that's a critical
So that's
success
2.
then. So that's 2.
Oh, nice.
7 total.
So
yeah, I rolled
7
4
total.
and medicine's 5, so.
Awesome. All right. So 7 successes.
Do we
Uh,
want to use that
so you-
momentum to get rid of the complication?
You have 2.
We have
You
2
gain 2
momentum
momentum. Gain
Oh, we
2
gained
momentum.
momentum.
Yes.
So you can spend that 2 you just got.
Be nice to keep crew alive.
Yeah.
I mean, you succeeded. He's.
You
I'm not, I
want
can't.
to
I can't kill him. You succeeded. I can't kill him. I can do something worse, but
Well, you can't kill him, but you can turn him
No.
into a cucumber. So, like,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll try and not
do we want to just negate that complication?
I mean,
Uh,
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think
We
so.
could also,
sake of
we
the
don't know
crew.
what's coming up on the bridge, so.
No, that's very true.
But we
I mean,
did
but we'll have more rolls that we can make.
Yes, that's true.
So
I do like making
so
you
that's
roll.
spending 2 to negate a
so we're
complication,
now
right?
back to 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. I was just gonna bank that as threat, but I guess it's fine.
Don't do that.
I need it. It's mine. I want
No,
it.
you don't. No.
Let me have this.
Like I said, you can only have a second snake ship if I can keep
If
it.
we get to adopt it.
Okay.
I want you all to know that Situla is moving closer and closer to the point of let's just board the snake ship
You
and
guys
beat
all
up
think
the
it's no
Davidians
Oh.
until they tell us what.
No!
what-
No.
That's
Let's
a
just
hell
get
no.
zapped 12,000 years in the past.
That's
Hey,
the
that's what
entire
we
like
want,
bridge
so why
command
not us?
crew being like, no.
no, absolutely not.
No. Daru will.
The captains put the
tackle
child
Situla
safety locks on
before they
the
let that
science
happen.
station.
So okay. So here's what happens. Here's what happens. He starts convulsing and violently shaking. Dobak immediately springs into action and like calls you over to. He says like grab some more medicine that I'm not going to name because I don't know medicines. And he like taps on some consoles and like this little like thing comes up over his body and like a little shimmer shows like of like some kind of force field. And he runs over, takes these 2 little like square devices and plants them on either side of the Trill's head. And then you come in and administer the medicine. And then you see Dobak just like tapping on a console and just watching, and you watch the vital readings like they're spiking and they're going all over the place, and they start to level out, and they succeed and they even out, and he is alive, safe for now. He is still unconscious, still has that drained energy, but he is not in danger of dying anytime soon.
Okay. All right.
Right. And I want to cut to the bridge real quick. To Daru. I would like you.
Pacing. I was just going to say they've been pacing very anxiously frustrated that they can't punch anything.
Okay. You, as you're pacing, there's a little ping ping on the on your console, right behind the captain's chair.
Yep.
Make a reason security check.
Difficulty?
Difficulty 3.
Many of the tactical systems, hazard awareness, either of those count. Survival.
Hazard awareness will come into play.
Cool.
The ship.
And then
Buy a die.
The ship will assist as well.
okay, buying a die.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
So we're down to 1 momentum.
Cool.
What's
You're
the ship
playing
rolling?
Star Trek Adventures. Remember this.
The ship is rolling sensors plus security.
Calm, Moon.
Okay, so I got 4 successes.
Ooh.
Okay.
I got nervous because I saw a 17. I got 2 4s.
Okay.
That is 4 successes.
Wow.
Okay.
And any
No help from the ship.
No help from the ship. All right. So you gain 1 momentum back. There is internal sensors pick up a spike. Have picked up a spike in trialic energy. Right over in main engineering. And there's also a concentrated positive phase variance of about 0.004.
Okay. So immediately, Captain, we've got a spike of trialic energy in engineering and a positive phase variance of 0.004.
Okay.
Would you like me to get down there?
I would love for you to send a team down there and get everyone away from it.
Done. I will do
How
whatever I need to do to make that happen.
how did they get on our ship?
Do I see any evidence of that?
Do you want to spend a momentum for obtain information?
I would like to, yes. You guys okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
for it.
same.
Wait, it's sort of important to figure out how the Davidians got on our ship. Yes.
You get to punch things, Daru. Look what you've done. You've wished it into existence.
Yes!
You willed it to existence. Sorry, I was rolling some secret stuff.
I don't want the Davidians on the ship, but also...
I was secretly rolling some stuff. Did you ask me a question?
Yes, how did they
What?
get on the ship?
How did they get on
Are
the
they
ship? The shields were down for
Are
a
they on
good
the ship?
fraction of the ship. Yes. That is it. So the phase variance, it's moving. That's what keys you that someone's on the ship. It's moving.
So, yeah, so they... I guess I'm a little bit fuzzy on time. The shields just went down, like...
This
in-game.
would have
The
this
shields just went down to bring them in, like, a couple of minutes ago? Or a couple of seconds ago?
a couple of minutes ago. I'd say about 10 minutes ago. I'd say.
Okay.
This all is happening really quickly.
Right. So they basically hit, and then...
Are you...
so,
Sorry, Sitchler, you
What?
want to ask a question?
Well, Vico has a question, but Sichela also kind of has a question. Do we have any more of those devices that we use to like create the phase variance shield so that we could the net? Because
Put
if
it around
so, I would
engineering.
like to send some with Daru so that they're not fighting enemies
they
that we
can't
can't
see.
actually interact with.
Okay.
You're good.
Um,
You're not that good.
So those phase, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember what they're called. Oh gosh. Phase discriminators. Thank you so much. You're the best.
Phase disruptor ring.
It's the rare occasion when my brain actually is able to come up with a word.
Oh. Yes, phase discriminators. They will basically they adjust the phase of the area inside to match. So when you step inside, you can see what's there.
So, as I say that, and the captain says, "Yes, get down there," and Citrula hands me the phase discriminators, I hire to main engineering. If you are able to get out of there, please get out of there as soon as you possibly can. You've got Davidians on board. I'm on my way to make sure everybody's safe, but
We spent the
But
2 months on
please
the
get
way
out of
here
there.
running through all of our, evacuation drills.
Dave Evan Scott made sure everything
yes,
was up to
thank you,
code.
Lieutenant
David.
Scott.
I have an out of character question.
Best to be
Okay.
alive.
Has the captain allowed Daru to continue to keep the dagger in their boot?
That's a question for the captain. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Just knowing what my options are when it comes to it.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you take the turbo lift down to
Who am I to keep you from your emotional support knife?
And that's my emotional support knife.
I mean, it really is, though.
It really
The
is.
backstory to that dagger. It really is.
They
Okay.
Yeah.
Daru probably presented it as like a family heirloom, like a cultural thing, and so
Very much so. And it is a Klingon dichtag. So not just
Yeah.
a dagger at all.
Nice.
Captain lets you have the knife.
Those are really cool. I love detox. Detox are the ones that are like that, and then they go like that, right?
Yeah, so you...
Yeah.
Not to get too graphic, but you
You stab it in,
use the regular dagger, and then you push the button, and it
splays
has
out.
4 prongs that come out.
Yeah, it splays
Nice.
out.
I want one
But it does
so
terrible damage
bad.
to people.
They're really
Nasty.
good.
They are pretty.
All right.
Uh,
So
Your knife has frag.
yeah, I grab a team of
okay.
security
So you
officers and
got a team to figure out. Each one of you is how many do you say?
how many phrase discriminators are there
Um,
around the engineering?
at minimum, you need at least 3 to set up a ring. So
So I'll probably grab like 6.
okay. So you have
discriminators
6,
and 8 people.
8 people. Okay.
7 people and me.
And you, yes. All right, so you're all packed into the kind of small turbo lifts.
The arcade as well.
There's elevator music playing as you're going down. All right.
Because as we know, anywhere in the universe, anywhere in time, every elevator plays the girl.
All right, so you are evacuating the main engineering. Okay. So you step out of the turbo lift.
Per discriminator. People evacuating.
Okay. So you step out, and there are already like a sea of yellow shirts waiting to get into the turbo lift. As soon as you exit, they all sort of start to pile in. Can you make another check for me? Can you make an insight security check for me? And your hazard awareness focus will definitely apply here.
Okay.
This is going to be difficulty. No, it's going to be a contested roll.
Oh.
Ooh.
So difficulty 1.
Okay.
But
right.
you have to beat me. So.
Do any of my values come into play?
Can you list them for me?
A person's a person, no matter how small. Be what you are. This is the first step in becoming better than you are. Live every day like it's your second to last. Worry does not empty tomorrow of its sorrows. It empties today of its strength. I don't feel like any of those apply.
I don't think so. Though, I mean, those are all kick-ass values, but
Yeah.
I don't think any of them apply. I'm sorry.
Less applicable to this situation, though.
Yeah.
I don't know what the check is for.
You'll find out.
I have an idea of what the check is for.
I mean, okay. 2 successes.
How many?
You said I have a focus, yeah?
Yes. So 2? 2? Cool. You beat his 0.
Hey.
Good.
2 19s.
Momentum.
Yeah.
19s.
2 19s I rolled.
Was that difficulty 1 or was it difficulty 0?
It's difficulty 1, so you only gain 1
Oh,
momentum.
difficulty 1. Yeah.
All right.
Because the difficulty is different from what they roll.
Yeah, it's different. It's the flat difficulty, and then like you have to, like, even if you get 0 successes, like that means you failed. But then if you get 1, like you partially succeed. It's a whole thing. So you spot this person right away. It is you would, if you weren't so highly trained in being a good punch person, you probably wouldn't have noticed one of the engineering officers is like walking with the crowd towards the turbolift, and then you watch him step into a side room. You watch him look around, and step into a side room.
Following.
Okay, you follow. How are you going in? Are you going in guns blazing, or are you sneaking in?
Oh. So I think... So Daru's train of thought is not good, like, we're dealing with psychic things, but also maybe he's just having a panic attack. Lost track of where he was going. So they're not going to go in with the dagger drawn. They are going to go in with the hand on the phaser.
Okay.
Set to stun. When I get there, what rank do I see?
Ooh, you have a really good eye. I'd say it's a petty officer.
Okay. So I'll just walk in. Petty officer, report.
You walk in, and this is seems like a entrance, a junction into a Jeffries tube, which are the like the. Yeah, and he is also crouched down. He has something. He's holding like what appears to be a this engineer's toolkit. And he's also seems to be holding some kind of hyper spanner as well. Okay, he turns to you. His eyes go wide a little bit, like he just realized he just got caught. Because he rolled so bad, he didn't realize he rolled so bad.
I feel
And
bad for him now.
you won't in a second, because he's got he turns towards you and like gestures the toolkit out towards you, and this bright blue beam just streaks out towards you.
No.
Okay,
No!
did you go in alone?
I did.
You did. All right.
I did. No, okay. So I did communicate.
They not
Yeah.
they nodded.
Running after someone.
Did you tell them to stay put? Did you tell them to spread out? What did you tell them to do?
I told my officers to set up the phase variants and look for the intruder.
Okay,
Basically.
so they went off and do that.
And I
So
think
you
I
are
just found the intruder.
you are by yourself. All right. So
I am.
let me make a check here. Let me open up the
Always
rules
seems
for
a bad idea.
combat.
Only in RPGs, though. Don't apply that rule to life.
All right, hang on, let me pull up.
Finally, my talents could come into play.
If you don't get sent 12,000 years into the past, we're going to have a talk about the buddy system.
Daru needs it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure
To
out.
pull up my talents. Because when I hit, it does a lot of damage.
I can't wait to see Daru punch someone, but also I'm so worried for our cinnamon
and also
roll
I might not
security
get the
officer.
chance.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No.
So
So the thing is, when you're good at martial arts, you know how to control your power. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to obliterate this person, I promise.
All right. I am going to spend a threat to gain an extra die here. This is a ranged attack at you.
Okay. I don't remember how hand-to-hand combat works.
Okay. 2 successes.
Ouch. Yep, that
All right.
difficulty
Feeling
for
that.
me. Avery, is it an opposed check?
It is not because it's a ranged attack. Ranged attacks are not
Oh,
opposed.
he's doing a ranged attack. Right. He's
Sorry, I'm just gonna double check I took my meds
Flashy
because I've got a
thingy.
sneaking suspicion I haven't today.
That's
Oh.
important.
That's important.
it is.
All right.
Hydrate, take your meds, move your body, eat a food.
Okay.
Okay, I did. I was good.
Okay.
Never
Okay. Good. All right. All right. So here's the damage. Ooh. Oh boy.
Avery,
Oh,
did you
no.
kill a PC?
No.
You don't sound sure about that.
You.
You just killed your date mate on stream.
I did.
Horrid.
No. Okay. Okay. Here's what I rolled. I rolled 2 2s, so that's 4 stress right off the bat.
Ow.
Two effects. 2 effects. So that's 6 stress. So here's a crash course on how combat works and taking damage. Whenever you take 5 stress in one go, you gain an injury. Injuries take you out of the fight. And if you don't get healed, so
They-
And I already
Are
had
you
one
going to
stress
tell
from
anyone,
radiation.
Daru? Are you going to let the CMO that you are sat injured in a Jeffrey's tube?
If I can,
yeah.
not unconscious.
Please?
Let me see what you can do.
You're injured. You're not
You can
dead.
you can avoid an injury. You can.
Oh yeah, yes I can. I would like to avoid an injury, please.
Okay, avoiding an injury prevents the injury from happening. The character suffers no effects from being injured. You still take the stress, but it does not remove any other effects from the attack. Okay, when a character chooses to avoid an injury, it costs 2 momentum to do so. You can also add to threat if you would like instead of spending momentum, which is always something you can do.
Yes. It would give you, it's 1-to-1.
Mhm.
So for 1
Yep.
momentum, I would give you 1 threat.
Yep.
Okay. Obviously, I want to resist the injury.
You can also
or give her threat.
you can also avoid an injury by suffering a complication. I think you can also use your determination. I think you can use your determination to avoid.
I like good stories. Let's avoid an injury by invoking a complication.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to regret that, aren't I?
Oh, yes, you are.
Good stories. Good
Well,
stories.
Avery's DMing, so yeah.
All right. I'm not going to invoke the complication right away. I'm going to save it. But
Oh no,
that
that doesn't sound good.
All right.
So
he turns to you.
energy do to
This
me?
blue thin beam of energy streaks out, and you can see the whatever this thing is. It's not an engineer's toolkit. It like shimmers, and you can partially see what it really is, and it's some kind of strange device with an emitter next poking out of it. This is where the beam is emitting from, and it strikes you, and it strikes you directly in the chest. And you feel like your life force is being sucked out of you.
No.
And hang on, oh, I thought I put the weapons in here. Okay. I was trying to remember the stats for the weapons. I was like, hang on.
Daru.
Daru.
This was a mistake.
That's a mistake. All right.
Never go against a Davidian.
Yeah, you stumble a little bit.
boy.
You like lean against the wall for a second, but you are still up. So what do you do?
Pull my tag.
Okay.
And I have 2 talents. I have mean right hook,
Okay.
which if I am unarmed, my attack has vicious 1 damage effect. Which
Okay.
means effects do extra damage. I also have, where is it? Where is it? Why can I not find it? Martial artist,
Okay.
which allows my unarmed strike attack to gain the intense damage effect.
Ooh.
If the character also has mean right hook, both damage effects apply when effects are rolled. Means if I roll an effect,
You're stacking.
do
All right.
more damage.
Daru is gonna kill this man in 1 punch.
This is one punch they.
And then they'll
Out of
both be
habit.
dead in a Jeffrey's tube and we'll never find them.
I out of habit draw the
For
dichtag,
Daru.
but as opposed to using the blade, I use the blunt end,
Okay.
like along
Ooh.
with my fist. I don't know if that counts as an unarmored attack or not. That is up to you. Not, I'll just use my other hand because they're ambidextrous. So your call.
I'd say because you're not using. I'd say you're not using it as intended. You're not using it as the weapon as intended. I'll still give it to you. Yeah. So this is
a
tested roll. Yes.
assuming my focus of hand-to-hand applies.
Actually, yes, it does.
I was gonna say, I'm literally fighting with.
How am I gonna weasel out of this one? All right. I'm spending
Also,
threat to gain an extra die.
Unarmed combat.
Nice.
Okay. Can I also get an extra die?
Yes,
Crew.
you can. Because I imagine.
I'm really excited because I have been practicing how to say this, and I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong because I'm not great at Klingon. But as I go to do this, Daru says, "Oh gosh, now I'm really nervous and I'm totally going to mess it up."
You got
Go
this.
So hush, which means
Ooh.
your mother has a smooth forehead, which is The worst thing a Klingon can ever say to someone.
Yep. Yep.
What is my... I can... What? Wow. 4 plus 9. Nope, 4 plus 11. There we go.
15.
Woohoo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5? You beat, his 2. So
we
you
get 3 momentum.
you gain 3 momentum.
And then I've been
Yeah.
using my d6 for momentum, which is an issue because now I need to roll literally all of the d6 I own.
I think our captain is keeping track of momentum.
I'm
Okay, cool.
I'm using d8s, which we don't roll in this
So
game.
I am rolling my security score plus 2.
Right. I think so. For unarmed strikes?
I might have that wrong. That might be for phasers.
Oh, where's the weapons? Why didn't you put the weapons? Oh, Modifius, why didn't you put the weapons with everything else? It's 1. It's just 1 plus your security.
1 plus the security. So I get to roll almost all of the d6 that I own.
Mm-hmm.
I got enough d6s.
Oh no.
That's 3 6s.
Ooh, that's 3
a 2
effects.
and a 1.
So that's
three,
that's 6 strats, right?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
You're sending this man to his
14,
ancestors.
15.
15?
I am sending him to Stovokor. Yes.
I don't think you are because he does not earned it.
That's
Yeah.
true. He is not. He's going to Greythor.
Yeah,
Give me
so is
unclean thing to say.
is this a lethal or non-lethal attack?
Non-lethal. This
Cool.
is a knockout blow.
Okay.
Because I
Um,
want this man to tell us how we fix our crew.
Cool.
Yeah.
You just
And then I
walk.
go, Daru to medical. Ow, I need help. This is where I am.
Oh fuck.
All right. So here's what. Well, why don't you describe? So he is like a couple feet away from you. How do you knock this man out? Because you knock him out cold.
I am not a martial artist, but I'm pretty sure there's a spot like on the neck where, like, if you hit it hard enough, it'll like bonk someone out.
Okay, like right in
I
the carotid.
definitely do
Yeah.
it with
Yeah.
the handle of the dick tog.
Ooh.
I was
Yeah.
raised by Klingon.
Yeah. So you
So it's just
yeah. It's just
I took him
You
back.
like
One-
flying tackle and just
Yeah.
and he is surprised because that should have taken you. No, you quick, just boom, and then just boom, just the sound of a body hitting the ground.
And then I grapple him so that if he happens to wake up, he is not.
if he
going anywhere.
survives that blow.
The rest
And
of
then
the
I
security,
go.
the rest of the security team is
medical
out in the hall going,
I wonder where Daru went.
And then so I go, Daru to medical, ow. Daru to security, I
Help.
found him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure there's no more.
Okay.
And then I just hold him and wait.
All right. So as you're holding him, you feel his form start to flicker.
No.
He's not going anywhere. You can, but his form flickers. And hang on, I'm gonna send an image to the chat if I can. To tell you what he looks like, and then realize I can't switch away from the thing. So hang on.
Just out of curiosity, I looked at who may be watching, and I've noticed Ray from the D&D game on New Year's is watching. I think.
Oh, nice! Hi.
"Hey,
Yay.
Thank you so much for
Thanks.
watching.
welcome."
I think. All right.
I mean, whoever it is has gone
Question
Ray the
mark.
man with numbers in the thing. So, hi Ray.
So this
Oh,
thing,
Yeah.
it flickers between
Yes.
Ooh.
between the human engineering officer form and to this blue skinned, no face. All it has is like a hole, like a tube for a face where its head should be, where its face should be, and
Horrible.
it is thin and spindly, and it is glowing. This effervescent blue.
Beautiful.
You are so glad that I did not know about this species until after I'd made Situa, because otherwise I would have been like, can I play one of those?
No! They're
I'm one of the
evil!
people who feeds on the neural energy of humanoids.
She also wouldn't let me play a Ba'ul.
I wouldn't let you play a changeling either.
Yeah, don't let me have any fun.
Okay.
Says the person playing a Kelpian.
Kelpian were cool as hell.
Kelpians
Alright.
are great. I love Kelpians.
The order of operations for Daru goes medical because ouch.
Yeah.
Security team, make sure there's no one else. Captain, I got one. Into to the brig? Question mark.
My question, out of characters, is this when the complication comes in?
That's what I've been thinking.
Oh boy.
I wasn't a reminder.
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
No.
God damn it!
I just want to know if it's like
Right.
the timing
They're
is
gonna be
such that it's Captain passes
and
out.
then something happens.
Hey, Daru,
Yes.
what's a memory you have? Just one.
Oh shoot. Oh no.
Which of your few memories do you have?
I know. Why are you?
Yeah,
doing
Daru
this?
has amnesia.
Total amnesia. Out of character
Is this a
question.
long term or short term?
Has the roleplay that we've been doing happened on the Gwen as well?
Oh, I was gonna talk to you about this beforehand.
Or I can. It's fine. I can pull from a family thing. We
Yeah.
can talk about that off stream. Lying in a holodeck with Tom and Teresa, who are human siblings to Daru. And Teresa has programmed various constellations.
Aww.
And it is the night before Daru left to come to the Gwen.
Oh.
Oh no, why did I do that?
Why
did destroy me?
We've got it written down. It will be on the Twitch stream. It will always be there.
Well,
Accepted, Daru.
Daru lose memory.
Daru won't remember it.
you made me feel really bad about doing this, but I'm doing
I
it.
asked for the confirmation. This is on me, Avery. I asked for the
Yeah.
confirmation.
You feel just an absence, like a fuzziness in your brain.
Aw.
Should be quite familiar to you.
I need to make a Claros check.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, that was super mean.
That was super mean. But also, I would have said the same. So.
We were all thinking it, but you didn't have to say it.
It's true, but you
Sorry.
shouldn't have said it.
After the accident, this happened like a couple months ago. They don't have an issue with short-term memory.
No.
Is
Okay.
a few
Take a
months
Claros
ago
check.
not short-term memory?
Okay.
So I failed my Claros check with a complication.
Okay, I'll bank that.
Everyone around me feels absolutely devastated.
There's a bunch of engineers in the turbo lift
Just
crying.
crying, yeah, just crying their eyes out.
No idea why.
No idea why. Alright. So where do you want to go next from here? Do you want to go to cut to the brig, or do you want Daru to go to medbay?
I will
'Cause
stubbornly
there's a-
insist on taking this creature
To the
to
brig?
the medbay
The
myself,
captain-
unless my captain explicitly orders me.
The captain is going to step in here
Okay.
and order Daru to medbay.
Alright.
Good.
Because
Yeah.
I presume that in this period of time, I've gotten a report from medbay about neural energy drain.
Yes, yes, you are keyed in to all of this.
So I am I'm going to order Daru to medbay, and I'm going to have the security team that was in engineering setting up the phase disruptors. I'm going to have them escort our guest to the brig.
Okay.
Angela wants the device. Can I have the device? Just to study, not to use. I can figure out how to reverse it.
The suspicion. Just swing in.
I am going to have you and Dr. Valhis look at the device.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Valhis gets to look at the device because Dr. Laban got to go on the ship, on the shuttle to set up the...
You got this, so now...
You really do have to, like, treat them like children in order to keep them happy.
2 months to get here. I think I figured it out.
The captain is well aware.
Alright, so let's skip down to the brig. Okay, so there's 3 scenes that we can do here, and I think we have time for one of them. So we can either do a brig scene, a medbay scene, or a science scene with Citula.
I feel like the science scene might be quite momentous, so that might be something to leave for next week.
Okay.
I was going to say,
Well,
we've
I
spent time in
got a lot
medbay, and it's
last
just going to be
week.
putting band-aids on Daru.
Alright, so let's go to the
Yeah.
brig.
I would
Alright,
I would say science over brig, but it depends on what other people.
Do we want a cliffhanger or not? Is what we're really saying.
I mean, I'm always down for cliffhangers.
I am as well.
To be fair, yeah. It depends whether or not we want to actually physically deal with the momentous thing, because we'll have 2 weeks to mull
Yeah.
on it.
My inner security person is saying, do the break. But also, yeah, that's just me.
Why don't we do a vote?
Oh no.
I feel like because
Agree, you know how
got
decisive I am.
Citula got a lot of like action last episode, so we can put off
Hell yeah,
a Citula scene until next episode, I think.
Okay. So let's cut to the brig. I will make the decision. So, who is going to be in this scene? I assume the captain.
It depends on when it happens.
Daru is
Am I
not going to be in the
physically able
scene.
No.
Okay.
No.
The captain
no.
is just like, no,
going to
you're
physically
staying
tie
right
you
where
to a bed
you
to
are.
stop you going anywhere near the prisoner.
Actually,
And I've
I
got
would
four
like
very
it
lovely.
if it's Dr. Kaden who sees Daru try to get up and is like,
Yep.
no,
I was
where do
going
you
to say.
no?
Exactly. Because
The captain is going to
Mhm.
reach out to Daru. When you have clearance from Dr. Mabrin, I'm going to need you to take the con so that Lieutenant Scott and I can deal with our visitor.
So what the
Okay.
people see in Medbay is just for like 0.5 seconds. Barely contained utter frustration.
Ooh.
And then yes, Captain. Understood.
Okay. So both Lieutenant Scott and Captain Christian head down to the brig. So they sort of carry the prisoner and put them into the containment cell. Which, by the way, this also leaves Citula, I think, on the con.
Oh god.
Oh, Jesus.
That's why Captain wants Daru to
Or
That's that's the underlying
Or
reason.
Lieutenant Brosy.
Yeah,
Actually, Lieutenant
Actually-
Brosy is actually going to be in the scene. I'm going to make it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Citula's on the con until Daru gets back, and then Citula can go play science with the new toys.
Mhm.
And before we like take our leave of the bridge, I would just sort of like to turn to maybe one or two of the like, they're not interns,
Ensigns?
like the ensigns
Ensigns.
that sit like near my station that I've got like a good feel for lately, and I'm just gonna sort of be like, let's keep an eye on things, and if anything happens that gives you a we should go get a grown-up vibe, just give me a buzz.
I
Sizzle
love Dave
looks
Evans so much.
vaguely affronted in the background, like, I'm a grown-up.
Aye,
I'm
sir.
just gonna sort of look and be like,
Aye, sir. And then they take the con.
and
All right.
follow the captain.
So you step into the I think it's just you two first step into the turbo lift, and then Lieutenant Brosy actually squeezes in and sits squeezes in and joins you, and she says, Captain, I've been listening and studying all the things that are going on, and besides the fact that this is really wild, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to contain the Davidian if it wakes up. It seems like they can go into phase at will. They can just simply...
If you have any ideas on how we might be able to contain them long enough to have some amount of meaningful conversation, I welcome your assistance here.
Sure, she's gonna make a roll. Difficulty 1. She's pretty good at doing her things. Let me pull up her sheet. Holy sheet. There we go.
I love Lieutenant Brosy.
She
I'd
is
also
a character.
choose this, but I don't have any talents.
Yeah.
I did not pick any command talents.
Aw. It's okay. She's gonna make...
Well, I did, but it diffused the tension. It's not really.
Yeah, alright, so she's gonna make a recent engineering check. Difficulty 1. 2 successes, she's fine. So gain momentum.
We gain a momentum. We're up to 5.
Heyo. Alright.
Love that for us.
She says, I can try modulating some of the shield emitters or the force field emitters in the containment cell to match the phase variance, and they wouldn't be able to bust through. Sort of something that we did similar to the shields, but with the containment cell.
Absolutely.
I think that'll work. Yeah, that should work. I'll go grab my kit and hang on. Got it, right here. Alright. And then turbo lift doors open into the hallway. You step into the brig. It's like the lighting is a lot more moodier in here. It's a little darker. The walls are black instead of like that refreshing off-white color that the entire Galaxy class has. That disgusting milky color.
Beige.
Beige. Why did they choose
eggshell.
beige? It's eggshell.
Not an appealing color.
And in one of the cells, the middle cell, is lying down on like a flat slab that's used as a bed. It's cushioned because it's the Federation and we're nice to our prisoners. It's cushioned. So yeah, that's a slab for a bed. And currently unconscious. And Rosie goes to work. I think I'm just gonna say, is it okay if we just spend 2 momentum, creative advantage, as part of the successful check?
With me.
Yeah, we do really want this guy to stay in.
Yeah.
Please.
Don't want to risk failing this.
I want this guy to stay put. I have so many questions. First of all,
same.
How do I get a snake ship?
First things first. How much latinum for your ship?
Shit.
All right.
Hey, so my earlier suggestion of boarding their ship and beating them up until they tell us what's what, they came to us.
Yes, they came to us, so
Which
we
gives
didn't
us
have
the
to
home
go
field
12,000
advantage.
years
In the past.
They came to us.
That's
It's
why
much
we
easier
took
this
the
way.
spaceship.
Look, the Celestial Temple isn't even open 12,000 years ago. I'm not living in a universe that's like that. I'm not. I'm just not. It's not happening.
It's not happening. All right. So as Lieutenant Rosie goes to work, she has like a little hyperspanner, and she's buzzing and twisting and realigning things all over the place. And the force field like flickers a little bit, and then turns this. Then the inside of the containment cell turns this effervescent blue, glowing color.
Like a snail.
And stop. um, that's all I can think about right now.
Would the creature even be visible if that is also an effervescent blue and the shield is also an effervescent blue? Would it cancel it out so you can't see the Davidian anymore?
It's a little bit more fainter. It's a little bit more. It's more translucent. It's more thin.
Effervescent.
Just
Even more like a snail, yeah.
yeah, even more like a snail. Boy, that's quite the reference. All right. All right. So you are standing there, and after a few moments, the form begins to shift slightly, and it rises up slowly, and it looks like it seems like it's still in this partially human form, and it looks around, and it sees you, and it sees its situation, and it drops, it shifts out of its human form into that distinctly Davidian look, and you watch it stand up, and as it stands up, its feet just lift off the ground, and it just gently floats.
Awesome.
And you see it like move forward a little bit and like press a hand up against the force field, and you watch it actually, its form shift, and you see it disappear for a second, and then it comes back, and it's like pressing up against the force field, and it's looking around, and it's actually starting to claw.
I apologize that these measures were necessary, but we did want to speak with you, and you did harm one of my officers, so we do, well, we did want to speak with you. Hi, my name is Captain Oprah Krishan of the USS Gwenfar. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Feed.
Oh.
So,
Now, do we suppose that was English or?
It just said feed.
Presumably the universal translator.
Well, how am I supposed to know that's what it meant? Maybe it's a completely different language and it just sounded like that. That's all it said.
It could have been, hi, I'm
Sure.
Eid.
Hi, my name is David.
Oh, sorry about the
what a
confusion.
coincidence.
Oh,
so
sorry.
fun.
No, actually, it's not. It's just Dave.
David the Davidian talking to Lieutenant Dave was not intended. That popped into my head.
Do you have a name that you are referred to by?
Hmm.
Do you have a concept of the individual?
Sorry.
Okay, I'm trying to think of a role that could happen here.
Questions. The GM was not expecting me to ask the alien.
No. Was I expecting you
Do
to
you
capture
have
this
a
alien?
concept of the individual?
Okay. This is going to be a hello.
Miss.
A puppy.
Hi. Hey, come here.
All of a sudden, a puppy appears on the ship and solves
she
everyone's
left.
problem.
She's gone.
The admiral.
End of show.
End of show. All right. So this is going to be a contested roll. I'm going to ask you to roll command plus presence.
This guy really doesn't want to talk philosophy with you, Captain.
Are we surprised?
And he's also going to roll command presence, which he is not very good at.
Holds
Can
up the chicken.
I-
Behold.
Check
Am
for
I-
things.
This is difficulty 1, but you do have to beat him.
So I have Dauntless, which I get a bonus d20 to resist intimidation or being threatened.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is that what this is?
Sure, I'll give this to you, yes.
I get bonus d20. So, command presence.
Ooh, good dice sound.
Mm. Is that a good dice face? That's the thing.
Would my focus in diplomacy?
Yes. Yes,
Hey.
that'll apply.
So does that mean that if I roll under my command number, I get that's a crit? Is
Mhm.
that what that is?
Yep.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Wow, beat him by 2.
Nice.
Oh my
So you
god.
gain 2 momentum. Where are you at now?
The captain is good at talking to people.
What's your
Who
momentum
would
score?
win?
again?
A helpful trait
One
to have in a
angry-
captain.
So we're at 5 momentum right now.
Cool.
Nice.
Who would win? One angry blue alien or one captain being reasonable and polite?
Apparently, as the role
Probably
shows,
not the captain,
is
but
more
the
polite.
alien's not going to come out great either.
So what is your question? What were your questions for it? You said
So
We
I
have a
had
concept of
asked
individuality.
it growled feed at me
Mhm.
after I asked if it had a name that it was referred to by, or I asked, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking with, and it growled feed, and so I said, do you have a name by which you're referred to? Do you have a concept of the individual
okay.
um,
It
versus as a collective?
right. It turns its like bulbous hole of a head towards you, and it just scratches at the force field again, and you just hear this like awful screeching sound as it hisses, and it just says, "We have no names.
Oh.
We only feed."
Okay.
So I guess that's a no in the sense of the individual, huh?
Why do you keep me chained?
I can't believe you're
Because
doing
you beat
this
up a
without
security
voice mod.
officer?
Say again.
That is very impressive.
Oh, who of us are you speaking to? There's several who just spoke.
I think I was
yeah.
talking to you, Lexi.
Okay. And I said, well, this person's like, why do you have me? I'm like, because you beat up a security officer.
You boarded our vessel and you have apparently fed on my crew without their consent. I do kind of take that fairly seriously.
You are food.
Be that as it may, I am also a sentient being, and as are my crew. We have some amount of authority over whether we become your food. Are you in dire need of food? Is that something that we can help you locate?
Okay.
Leaning in on that diplomacy, man.
Yeah.
I guess.
I love this.
Like, can we set up Meals on Wheels, guys? Come on, like.
Can you go vegan? Do you have humanoid neural energy substitute?
We can replicate literally everything else.
If you give my science officer a couple hours, we might be able to figure that out.
Yes.
I have fun doing it.
Titular's just like, yes, let me figure this out.
We know no food other than you. We scour your times. We feast on your years.
I have to say that is incredibly interesting. I am going to assume that that is what happened to the crew of the last ship that came through here. Would you be willing to give my officers a little bit of time to see if we might be able to provide a reasonable substitute for feeding off of us directly?
Time. You want time.
Not a significant amount of time, not, for example, 12,000 years. More like 4 hours, maybe. If you would agree to stay here for a short amount of time as I understand it, in exchange, I believe we might be able to provide you with food, with something to feed on. That would sustain you far longer than simply my ship.
We have no time. We must feed.
You're starting to
How
get
many
the
of you
sense.
are there to...
Constantly.
Say again, Vika, what?
Like, constantly?
like sharks?
What did you say, Captain?
How many of you are there to feed?
We are many.
Oh, that's right. No concept of the individual. Thank you. Sorry. I apologize. If you don't mind, well, I'm sure you mind. I'm going to have to keep you here and monitor you for a little bit. But shortly, I may have someone down to talk with you about your needs in terms of feeding and how we might be able to assist. Lieutenant Scott, can I leave you here while I go converse with Dr. Valhis and Dr. Laban about our guest and see if
Sure
they can
thing.
help Lieutenant Situla
And
make some
if right,
Beyond Burger for this guy.
sure, right. And if whatever that is decides to start like phasing through walls or anything, you want me to just yell real loud, or do we know if anything works on these things or what?
So Lieutenant Brosey should have modified the force field to negate the phase variance so it can't phase out of here.
Right, we hope.
Apparently, based on
I'm just saying we haven't crash tested this thing.
Well, we kind of
Hasn't-
did because Lieutenant Daru knocked it pretty good. So, how's your hand to hand?
Oh, we crash tested the ET looking son of a gun over there, but not the force field part. And I don't know
Well,
that I want to.
I feel like we just did. It
Prototype.
just scratched it pretty good. I'm just.
That's fair. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll babysit the situation. I'll give you a holler if something changes.
I appreciate that. I should be sending Lieutenant Sigilla down to collect his effects. Collect our guests' effects and see if we can do anything about that feeding issue.
All right. Anything you don't want me to let Sigilla do?
Don't
While
let
it's down here?
Sigilla in there with it.
Solid. That's a good call.
I'm hoping that the personal effects will distract just
Yeah.
I trust your judgment.
Wow.
Will
Okay.
do.
So
I'm just gonna sort of like walk over to a wall then, like the nearest wall, one of these like darker walls, and just sort of lean back against it and just sort of like watch the thing. Like,
It watches you. It like turns its head and just stares at you. It just floats there.
it doesn't got eyes, but I have the feeling it's watching me. That's horrible.
Pretty confident Lieutenant Scott would win that staring contest.
Does not have eyes, so.
Eventually, it's like, what am I trying to accomplish here?
It gets
And just
embarrassed. It's like, oh, okay. It blushes a little bit. Like, ooh.
Everything.
I'm being scrutinized.
That was not the
It's
direction I
not
was
my
going.
best light. You got my bad angle.
Except it
Normally,
exists
mortals
pretty
tremble
much
before me.
inherently as it, like,
Hmm.
or-
Okay. All right. I think this might be a good place to stop for tonight. I think if we try to have another scene, we might go over a little bit. So, I think.
Can I
Yes.
propose the scene that I'd like to open with next time?
Sure.
I will be calling Lieutenant Sigilla, our temporal anomaly experts, Dr. Mabrin, and Dr. Dobak to the conference room to talk about how we might be able to
Beyond Burger.
find these people a battery that's not us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that. All right. Thank
Construct the Beyond
Yeah.
Burger version of
you.
human neural
brains,
energy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for y'all to do that. Now I need to plan that because I didn't expect y'all to do
boy.
that. Thank you.
I will make you a sheet.
This is why I'm glad I've
Okay.
given you. You have 2 weeks to figure out how you're going to turn that into an extended task.
How'd you know that's exactly what I was gonna do?
Because I've played this with you before. I was your chief science officer once.
Now you're the captain. All right. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in to this lovely episode of sadly snake shipless, but that's fine.
Next time.
Next time we'll have more snake ships.
Daru doing the bad idea.
Daru did the bad idea, which I loved. Sorry that I almost killed you, babe.
There's lots of you in life. That's okay.
All right.
I might
So
have hoping to get you for a couple days.
thanks. All right. We'll see you all next in 2 weeks for another episode of Stars I Shall Find. We shall see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Night.